Assalamu alaikum. My name is Musa bin Abdullah, and I'm going to start my presentation with the name of Allah Almighty, who's most merciful and beneficial for us. So the today's topic, my assignment, my project is about the bouncing ball. It is a game. I'm going to create it on the Scratch a software. You could also use it online. So first of all, I would like to show you the game I have created. It's very simple and easy. Like this. Now I'm gonna show you what happens if you score more than five. If you score more than five, then the background changes as the level increases. Speed also is affected, as you can see. And here, you see if you can score more than 10, then also the background increases. And if you score more than 15, there you go. What happens if you lose? What happens if you lose? If you lose, then I'll show you what. That's what happens. The game tries to criticize you, mock you that how you lost. So first of all, there we have code, costumes, and sounds. The costume scores. First of all, there are three things we are going to use. We are going to use three sprites. One is ball, paddle, and line. The main thing is this, that when the ball hits the edges, it should bounce, and when the ball hits the paddle, it should bounce, and when the ball hits the paddle, it should bounce randomly so that the player does not know where it is going to hit. And when it hits the line to the sprite, you could see there, if you could see this, the line to sprite, if it hits here, then the game's over. Now we got three case scenarios. If the ball touches the edges, it should bounce. If it touches the paddle, it should bounce. And if it touches the line, then it should display game over. Okay, first of all, the main thing is bounce. We'll go to the ball. We're going to add an when clicked. We're going to add when clicked here the flag one. If you could see here, it is here when clicked. Then we take a control set score to 0. The score here, it is a variable, a user defined variable which I created from here by writing score here and then pressing OK. I created a variable score. Then it started displaying here when I clicked this button. Then we point in the direction of 45. When the game starts, we need to provide a direction to the ball where it's going to move. So I provided him direction to the 45-degree angle and point in that direction, and then I used the loop forever loop, where I attached the moves 15 steps. Now it's going to move 15 steps forever. And if on edge bounce, like the first point I told you, that when the ball hits the edges, it should bounce. I also added it here, as you can see. Here I added it, and then I also added the if else statement here. If the ball touches the pedal, now this is the pedal. If the ball touches the pedal, then it should bounce and produce a sound like pop. Now if you see the pop sound, it is like this. And afterwards, then this is the second code also started when click the green flag, and there is a loop, forever loop. And I also added the if statement in it. If the paddle if the ball touches the paddle, then change score by 1. Whenever the ball touches the paddle, the score is increased by 1. Turn the direction of the ball to 180 degrees to 190, random, so that the player enjoys the game and does not add hand to do the prediction where the ball is going to go, but it will be a random, so it will be playful and fun. And move 15 steps and wait for 0.5 seconds. It is not necessary if you put it there or not. Then like this the game continues, and then the next code is there. When clicked, switch background to broadwalk. I have chosen three backgrounds. There are three backgrounds that I have chosen. These are the broadwalk, the blue sky, and the mural. And then the backdrop 1 and backdrop 2. Backdrop 1 is for when the user, the player hits the red line and the game's over. And when backdrop 2 is for you win. If you score more than 15 scores, then you win the game. So it's like that, and for that purpose I have added the code. Here you could see that switch background to broadwalk. Whenever the flag is picked, the background should move to the background, and that how it is. and switch background to broad walk, switch costume, the ball's costume changes, and wait until now these are the three conditions that I have added. When the score reaches 5 or increases in 5, then the background changes, level changes to the blue sky, and when score increases from 10, then another background changes, and the same goes for the 15 one. As you can see here, I use wait until and wait until in this and switch backgrounds. And then I have also uses show, hide, show. Now in this case scenario, I've used the background so that the ball will hide when the backdrop 2 will come. When you mean I mean the game over comes, the backdrop ball will hide, and as same goes for the paddle and line 2. And when the you win backdrop 1 appears, also the paddle and line 2 and ball hides. So this is the code for the game bouncing ball. As you can see, I have also added the code in the paddle. If you could see when the okay, yeah, I have also added the sound in the background. When the background switches to backdrop 1, starts sound chee, like the sarcasm, the voice which comes when you lose, as I have shown you in the game. And for the key, the very important step that I have not told you before, the key about the keys that they are given here, that I have added a loop, forever loop, in which I have also added the if statement, where if the right arrow is pressed, the direction of the x changes by 20. Now direction of x, now if we talk about x-axis, it is horizontal, so changes 20 steps towards right arrow, I mean right. And then I another added another if statement in the forever loop, that is if the left arrow is pressed, then change to minus 20, which is towards the left. So if you talk about, we're talking about the coordinates, x positive and x negative, and that's how I have created the code for the ball to move with the arrow key and moving it very freely. So that's how it is, and that's all the codes, like I've told you before, that background switches like this and that, and it would hide in the game over, and also hide in the you win, and will show in all other backgrounds. That is the code for paddle. And line 2, line 2 plays a major role. If the user's ball hit the line 2, the program is gonna stop, everything is gonna stop, and the backdrop game over, I mean backdrop 1 is going to appear. Then I have it the forever loop, if touching the ball, switch background to background 2. That's how the code runs, and I'm gonna again run the code in front of you, that you could memorize the all background coding that I have done in it. You could see that if I lose, what happens then. You see that everything stops, the ball and pedal disappears, and game over is written, and there is a very irritating voice that appears, "Chee hee hee hee," and that's how the game ends. It is a very simple game. You're gonna enjoy it. Thanks for listening to my talk, and thank you for everything. Allah Hafiz.